Welcome back to Curious Village HD. Let's check the story so far. After witnessing Ramon's abduction before their very eyes, Luke and Professor Layton are shocked to see him return to Reinhold Manor on his own.
I mean, he just got kidnapped and taken in a sack. Of course he came back just fine.
Busy with the murder investigation, Inspector Chelmey warns Layton against meddling any further.
That's how our public transport used to work around here.
Because you're such a busy fellow himself.
Oh, that's so nice to know, Shiroy.
However, Layton is confident that the Golden Apple and the morning's murder are linked to one another.
Who would murder over gold of all things?
Finally free to move about, Layton and Luke begin their search for the Golden Apple in earnest. So there you go, we finally are starting the task that we actually came here to do. In the meantime, but before we continue, let's actually check some of those puzzles that were sent to Granny Riddleton's shack. Because I actually do like some of these, and I would like to solve them on camera. Alright, pill prescription. A man has been prescribed 10 pills. Starting today, he must take 1 pill a day. But because the concentration of the medicine is different in each pill, he must take them in a specific order. Since the pills all look the same, the man has decided to write numbers on each pill to help him remember the order in which he needs to take them. How many pills does he have to number if he wants to keep track of the order?
That is the worst prescription.
Yeah, I was just going to say, this thing would never get approved.
Not just that, you do know that there are pill containers like specifically designed for each day of a week, and you can put 1 per each.
Well,
actually labeling numbers on them.
Don't you see, guys? It's every drug addict's favorite prescription, the kind that you can accidentally overdose on.
You see, Tail, Akira Tago is a college professor. Was a college professor and a puzzle designer. He was definitely not a medical practitioner. So
for a moment, Pedro, I thought you were going to suggest that he went the way of Breaking Bad.
Well, I couldn't. It's not like I could make a Dr. McCoy joke because doctor would come because he's not a doctor, so I can't do the Dr. McCoy joke. So.
My point exactly, though. If he was a professor, then the Breaking Bad thing. Good professor gone bad.
So yeah, but whatever. It doesn't matter. Just focus on the conditions and try to think about exactly. Okay, obviously
Axion, did you steal that name from my documentary?
Obviously, the number is not 10. Otherwise, there would be no even need for this puzzle to exist. So obviously, he doesn't need to number all 10 pills. But how many does he have to? So you have to number as many pills as to guarantee that he will not lose track of the order. And the actual number is 8.
I was going to say that.
Luke, here's my
This one's an easy one. You literally just have to think.
I wasn't asking the question, Professor.
You know, the better solution with this to put in a complaint.
Good job. Since the man has to start taking his medicine today, the first thing he should do is take today's pill. Next, he should label the pills for days 2 through 9. If he does this, he shouldn't have to label the pill for the last day. It will be the only one without a label. He only needs to label 8 pills. Basically,
this is stupid.
Basically,
also, that looks more like a suppository for how big it is.
well, Teo, maybe these things weren't a thing back when Akira Tago was younger. I don't know.
Probably.
Because remember, Akira Tago.
That's being when you really get down to it, it's just a piece of plastic when you get down to it. So there is technically a simple design. It's just that they probably didn't come up until recently with that.
Well, whatever. This is. I love deduction puzzles. 5 suspects are called into police headquarters for questioning. They give the following statements: A says 1 of the 5 of us is lying. B says 2 of the 5 of us are lying. C says I know these guys, and 3 of the 5 of us are lying. D says, don't listen to a word they say. Out of the 5 of us, 4 are lying. And then E says, all 5 of us are dirty, rotten liars. The police only want...
how he's incriminating herself.
The police only want to release the suspects who are telling the truth. How many people should they let go? So again, compare the... Again, well... let's see. We have to compare their statements and find any kind of contradictions. You see, or
first, okay, here's the more obvious one. It's not 5 because the last statement is the so-called Pinocchio paradox. As in this statement is false, and that itself could not be false because it had to be true, a true statement, but it contradicts it, and so on.
Exactly. So obviously, at least one of them is telling the truth. Otherwise, because like Teo said, the answer E is a paradox in itself. So, as for but
so what you're saying is answer E is the answer then.
No.
Basically, well, anyway.
You actually don't have to label instead the letter, but instead telling the number of people that you think are telling the truth.
Yeah,
sorry.
The idea is to say, because you cannot actually, if I remember correctly, I don't think you can actually. Can you? I'll look into it later. The point is, yeah, you have to know how many people should we like, or AKA how many people are telling, how many of these guys are telling the truth. It's not pick an option puzzle, actually. Esofinte, remember when he started working on these games back in 2007, Akira Tago was already an old man.
The answer is D. Anyway.
Sorry, that's not the point we told you.
Again, Deds, D is not a number.
Yeah, that too.
You're right. Yeah, you're right, Dwibs. I actually sound funny, but I'm just that.
So yeah, one of them is telling the truth.
Yes, but Jovi, you don't sound nearly as refined.
That wasn't Jova that made the joke.
Mm-hmm.
Just going off.
That's right. Every suspect accused a different number of people. If anyone was telling the truth, it had to be one suspect, no more or less. The only suspect whose statement fits that condition is D. Looks like he's a free man now. But remember, Teo, even back when he started working on these games in 2007, Akira Tago was already an old man by that point. So who knows? Maybe back when he was young, maybe these things weren't as common. I don't know what to tell you.
Like I said, I get the idea that I actually don't know when they officially started to get introduced. But again, it probably might have been too recently.
Mm-hmm.
And so D
anyway,
leaves a free man.
D was not the imposter. Moving on.
Again, I do love the irony, though, seeing as how most people would think he's the most incriminating by his looks.
Never judge a book by its cover. Three identical looking umbrellas are sitting upright in a stand. Assuming the owners don't check their umbrellas' labels, what percentage chance is there that only 2 people will walk with their own umbrella?
That depends on the people's behavior, not so much on the umbrellas.
Well, Teo, just go off the assumption that they'll just pick a random umbrella. Okay, so basically the idea, remember, assuming the owners don't check their umbrellas' labels, so obviously they're picking randomly. That's right there. So we have 3 umbrellas, 3 ladies. So what is the percentage that only 2 of them will walk away with their own umbrella?
It's 2 out of 3, so do the math.
Basically.
2/3. Come on, get your calculators out.
It's the thing that 2/3 out of 100% is what's the term?
I think
it's an odd number.
I think it's
yeah. Like it's a number that with a comma that repeats indefinitely.
6.6666667.
There's decimal points here I don't want to deal with.
The percentage is Satan. Got it.
Gaster? No.
Or Vivian, I forgot what's the name of the butterfly 666 Pokemon. Whatever.
All right, so let's see. What's the actual percentage? Come on, click.
I mean,
okay,
again, I forgot about the puzzle, but it might be
0.
Oh, 0.
You'll see.
Again, it might be that we are just assuming that these people will not recognize actually the umbrellas. I don't know.
Well, they picked without knowing the label. That's right. If 2 people manage to grab their own umbrellas, the third person is left with only 1 umbrella to take. Their own. So it's impossible for only 2 of the 3 to pick up their own umbrellas.
Yeah, I feel very stupid right now.
Ted hates the series.
Don't you see, guys? Again, you never overthink these puzzles. That's exactly what they want you to do.
To answer your question, the name of the Pokemon is called Vivillon.
Thank you.
Also, Deji, this is why I told you I'm bad at these.
No, it's because but this is exactly why I love Akira Tago and just games in general. There's just they're just such a great. Again, it's like the magazine is called Mental Gymnastics. They're really a good workout for the brain.
Yeah, the mental gymnastics I had to pull to get a wrong answer.
I think you'll like this one, sure. Town barbers. A certain town has only 2 barbers in it. There aren't any other towns nearby, so everyone who lives there gets their hair cut by one of these 2 barbers. Looking at these 2 fine gentlemen, which one should you go to for a haircut?
B.
Shiroi, you wanna take a guess?
I would hope B. Unless this is a trick question and B is wearing a wig, I'm gonna throw something.
Well, Shiroi...
think outside the box.
Yes, I'm gonna give you a tip. Think outside the box.
The answer is C.
There is no C.
Well, I can
There
make
is
one.
somewhere.
That would probably be the answer if this game were made by
The Riddler.
Oh, wait. What if it's A and B cut A's hair and that's why it looks like garbage?
Yeah.
Congratulations, Shiroi figured it out.
I don't know if A's a if A's a barber, why did he just cut his own hair?
Dwibs, how do you
It's
cut...
difficult to do that.
Dwibs, how do you cut your own hair?
It could be done.
I know that Catwoman made
it
it
is
look
possible
like...
to
I know that...
it
I know
is-
that I know that Catwoman made it look like easy with 2 pairs of scissors at super speed, but that's not how it works, I can tell you that.
Not to even if you
You can
can...
cut your own hair.
Even
You
if,
can.
even if you can, it's not exactly recommended, is it?
It's
No,
not.
it's best if you can get help by someone.
Although some people should have learned how to do that during this
At
pandemic.
least having a second
There you
A
go.
lot
opinion.
of
That's
us have
right.
been learning how to do it during this pandemic.
Everyone in this town gets their hair cut by one of these 2 barbers. This includes the 2 barbers themselves, because people don't usually cut their own hair. The stylist with the butchered haircut is probably the more skilled of the 2.
Let me better like this.
How does
If you
one of them
guys-
still have a job?
I guess because people are judging by the
Because
covers.
because specifically according to Akira Targo, incompetency is the new competency, I guess.
Fish thief.
That sounds like a messed up world,
There's so many
Luke.
jokes I can make.
Hey, Dad, why don't you make a Fire Emblem Free Houses joke?
Because I haven't played it yet.
Alright, here's another deduction one. When you weren't looking, someone came by and gobbled up your fish dinner, Shiroi. The 3 brothers near the scene of this dastardly crime had this to say. A. Me? Oh yeah, I ate it. It was nice too. B says, I saw A.
I'm A.
B. I saw A. Okay, so Shiroi says that. Dwib says, I saw A eat that fish right up. So Dwibs is a tattletale. C says, I guess C can be Jova. B and I didn't eat that fish.
I thought C would be Tio.
Whatever.
Who cares?
I picked that random. Who cares?
What if the answer was C? But
No, I know the answer. The answer is I don't care.
So yeah,
What
one
if
of
you ate the other. I got it. I don't care.
no,
What
wait,
if you
it's
ate
B.
it- hang on, let me finish. I don't care. One of
Yes,
you ate
Chris?
it, and the other 2 didn't do anything to stop him. So all 3 of you are guilty. Get
One
the
of the-
hell out of my house.
Regardless, one of these 3 brothers is lying to you. So which one is it? Obviously, once again, take a read all the 3 of their statements, close and
Yeah,
check
I
out.
think Deji's right. It's probably B.
So you're A, Shiroi. Basically, I was trying to put you as the person that was putting these 3 on trial, but if you want to be one of the suspects,
Smart cat.
Wait,
Nah,
you
I
okay?
think.
That's stereotyping, bro.
Wait.
Excuse me, Deji?
I
No,
thought,
I'm accusing Pedro of doing it.
wait, me?
Yes.
Here's my answer.
All right,
Another puzzle solved.
What was the answer?
you'll see. The liar here is C.
C.
A and C split your dinner and each ate half. The answer becomes clear when you realize that if A is lying, B must be lying as well.
Yeah.
The same thing happens when you assume that B is the liar. Therefore, the only possible answer is that C is lying. A scenario that only works if C actually did eat some of the
Okay,
fish.
as for B lying impossible, I don't think it's necessarily the case. If B is lying, he's only saying that he didn't saw A doing it. You know. Whatever.
Alright, fish
They all
feed.
suck anyway.
The answer, okay, the moral here is everybody sucks. Very good, Dibs, very good.
And someone owes them a fish dinner.
Okay, so with
Yeah,
this we now have 53 puzzles under our belt.
Wait, did they call it that in Wales too? Fish and chips, or
Yeah.
okay.
Okay then. All right, let's put the doggo back together again. There you go. Play.
I don't remember this mini game when we did the DS one.
Well, I did show a bit of
because
it.
Pedro skipped out on them more often.
Mm-hmm. Well, if it helps you, Dwebs, like I said a few parts ago, Curious Village is the one that has the weakest video mini games of the Layton series, so it's not like you're missing that much, if you ask me.
This time, Pedro's taking a bit more cues from my Layton playthroughs and is showcasing them more.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's talk with Matthew, since maybe he'll have some information about the Golden Apple. Who knows?
Maybe his eyes will look straight for once.
Back so soon, Professor?
Seriously, eyes are not meant to go off in those different hemispheres.
Matthew was wondering if you knew anything that could point us in the direction of the Golden Apple.
Well, that would kind of ruin the spirit of the search now, wouldn't it?
Well, to be fair, he's asking... Oh, go ahead.
For example, did the Baron say anything before he passed away?
I'm so sorry to disappoint you, Professor, but the Master never said anything of the sort to me.
Would have been too easy.
I'd very much like to help you in your search, but my duties were here to prevent me from leaving the grounds. Well, he's the butler, so that's understandable. If only Ingrid was around to provide some assistance. Oh, that old lady from the beginning of the game. Bibs? It's been years since she left, but Ingrid used
What?
to... okay. But Ingrid used to work as a servant.
Oh no, I was going to say because you took over for Layton last time, so...
She was Flora's
Yeah, go ahead, Dad.
She was Flora's nurse, but...
Matthew!
Oh shit.
Oh no.
Yes, my lady! I'll be right there!
Get over here before I throttle you!
Please excuse me, sir. The lady calls. If you're curious about
She shouts
Ingrid...
more like.
If you're curious about Ingrid, why not pay her a visit and talk to her yourself? Let's see, at this time of day, I'd imagine she's out walking around by the village shop. Okay. To the village shop.
That time?
17, 22, 23, 24.
Go to 18.
1730.
Certainly, I'll be sure to pass on your message. Thank you for all your help, Matthew.
What's your time? Sorry?
1746.
Okay, 46. Hold on a bit.
That sweet old lady we passed by. Sweet.
Alright, hold on. Dwebs, get ready and click.
Indeed, we also saw her in that picture of young Flora.
Oh, come on, Joe. But she was pretty. She was pretty nice to us at first.
Never mind. I had her mixed up with that other old lady of the village. No. This one's sweet. Oh, well, off we go then. The village shop is just outside the manor, right? We'll be there in no time. You get that, player? Just reminding you.
It's interesting you say that, Jova.
Who are you talking to?
It's interesting you say that, Jova, because thanks to Beta 64's behind-the-scenes video that he made of this game, one of the primary philosophies that he specifically transmitted to the team when making this first game was to make sure that the player would never be able to get lost, because the game will be always very gently nudging you towards the right direction, because he wanted to make sure, again, doing the Shutakumi philosophy, making a game that even your mom could play, basically. Oh, goodness me.
The name's Layton, madam.
Ah,
your Layton. Don't you forget it.
Da, 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 da.
Dun, da, da, dun, da, da.
Da 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 da.
Ah, that's right, Mr. Layton. What can I do for you, sir?
Earlier when we were talking with the butler at Reinhold Manor, and he mentioned you used to work here. There, have you? We'd very much like to hear anything you might know about the Baron.
Okay. Heavens, you want to hear about the Baron?
Yes, I do, I just told you.
I'm afraid the only stories I have are from when I worked at the manor, and that was ages ago.
Well then, you're useless. Thank you very much for nothing. Goodbye.
Hold
That
on.
would be ideal, madam. Would you mind telling us one?
Alright, well, I suppose I could tell you a bit about the Baron and his former wife.
They're both dead now.
Well, yeah, aside from the obvious, yes.
They're dead, the end.
The way Master Reinhold and his wife would carry on, they almost seemed to be like children.
Oh, they probably got up to some mischief here and there.
Probably. You'd never seen a man so in love as Master Reinhold was.
I don't know. This guy called Phoenix Roadster seemed in love once.
When she passed away, Flora was all the Baron had to remember her by. Oh, yeah.
Honestly, in that flashback case, Phoenix was more of a simp than anything.
Ooh.
So you raised that little girl with all the love a child could want.
To be fair, Shiroi.
More like an idiot. More like going for the honeymoon phase.
Yeah, and besides Shiroi, at least he
I
found
guess,
true.
fair.
At least he found true love in the end.
Spoilers!
The things he'd bring home for her, toys from all over the world and teddy bears as big as himself. He was in high spirits in those
Spoilers
days.
for a game we've all played / seen and has been
Yeah,
out
but
for
this
like a
could be
decade.
I haven't.
No,
You-
Tio,
Oh, wait, really?
you were
Oh,
literally there.
I thought you were referring to events that happened in Dual Destinies or Spirit of Justice.
You were literally there
Oh,
for
no,
Child's
no, I'm
Tribulations,
referring
Tio.
to,
Oh,
I'm referring
right.
Yeah,
to
but I'm just saying the
Iroh.
viewers themselves probably
I
are
already
watching
told
this
you,
without any
I already told you,
context.
Twins.
Jova, the whole thing about, Phoenix and, the other twin, thing, pretty much passed over my head mostly. I already told you.
I haven't pointed out. You gotta love
But
the
I
irony.
can
that
explain
we
better
pointed
another
out.
time.
Anyway, some say that Lady
back to this.
Ladia put Flora on the street to get the gold for herself, but that's nonsense. After all, the Baron cared about Flora so much, I can't imagine it would allow something like that. You know? You just reminded me. And no, you didn't remind me of a puzzle, don't worry. The grave of the Baron's former wife is located in the manor garden. I wonder who takes care of it now. Well, probably Matthew.
Probably her ghost.
Baron's former wife is buried in the garden. That sounds kind of disturbing.
Maybe that's part of the puzzle.
You know, did he kill her and bury her under the patio like in Brookside or something?
Maybe. Who knows?
Thank you, madam. You've been extremely helpful. Luke, let's head back to the manor and don't go in the garden.
Oh, thank God. For a moment, I thought you were going to suggest we go grave robbing again.
I have a feeling that the grave might hold the... Oh wait, the script is telling me we have to, Luke. Sorry.
Well, here's the thing. We're just gonna check out the grave stone. We're not gonna actually do grave robbing. We never said that.
Huh? Oh, look, it's Matthew pacing back and forward like a nervous wreck.
That's probably because he is a nervous wreck. Good day, Professor. Were you able to track down Ingrid?
Unfortunately, couldn't leave the house.
Well, the bounds of the place. Obviously, this is still the garden. Still counts.
Yes, we did. In fact, we were just on the way to see her. I mean, no disrespect, but she said the grave of the Baron's former wife lies on these grounds.
And this might be part of the puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any knowledge of this? I mean, you should do. You've been here for God knows how long.
Lady Viola's grave, sir. I was just about to visit it myself, actually. Well, but convenient, I guess.
Looking back to the happier days when she
Well,
was your boss.
Would you mind if we came along to take a look?
Have a look.
Yes, have a look at her corpse.
Not in the slightest. Right this way.
Well, look at that. Look at the positive, Jova. If the Black Lantern corpses started rising, we will not needing to find her, I guess.
Here's the entrance, sirs.
Alright, Luke, let's burst in and take the...
Please watch your step on the way in.
Dick Layton's an asshole, but
So there you go.
You know, one thing he'd go grave robbing.
So there you go. Instead of a gravestone, the Baron asked the people to make a statue on her a statue of her on her grave.
Gosh, this place is really nice. It's not creepy at all.
Totally.
Was that sarcasm?
Is that sarcasm, Luke?
Probably. The late Baron, rest his soul, told me to keep this place in proper order, and I have tried to do so.
Of course, the one ray of golden light shines directly on the statue.
And some random
It's
bits
just
of
like
grass.
Balin's tomb. Here's lives Viola, my one true love.
Aww.
This statue looks so much like Lady Dahlia. It's hard to believe it's someone else.
Back when Flora was just a tiny little thing, Lady Viola used to take her to the park. We'll visit that park later in the game.
Okay.
Some of the flowers in the garden grew from the ones Flora planted here for her mother. Yeah, makes sense, I guess.
How nice.
Oh, I forgot to tell you about the Baron's diary. It should still be on the desk in my lady's room. That should be helpful, actually. It's possible that it might contain some information that could aid your search for the golden apple. Remember, we were hired by the Baron's widow, so we had full permission from the family to do this. So,
My thanks, Matthew. I'll be sure to give it a once over, whatever that means later. Now then, Luke, you best head back to Reinhold Manor and don't bother getting the shovels out. We're not grave robbing.
Oh, thank God. Last time was very awkward.
Alright, so the grave doesn't actually have anything useful, but at the very least we did get a new lead from talking to Matthew, I guess. So let's go. Let's check the... Okay, Theo, you're up in a moment.
Alright.
Oh, actually, no, never mind. It's me who's up. Never mind, I mistook who was talking.
Sure.
Never mind.
Mr. Producer, can you not tell yourself apart from somebody else?
Hey, I'm a human. I make mistakes. Sue me.
I'm only human.
I will sue you if you make
all.
another one. This must be the diary that Matthew spoke of.
I have to admit, he seems to know where everything in the manor is.
It's his job, Luke.
Yeah, I was about to mention it's his fucking job.
I mean, Luke, look. You
There's
should
something
know.
about reading someone else's diary that just doesn't seem proper to me. Does it, Luke?
That's
Also,
part of the
Luke.
fun, Professor. Come on.
Also, Luke, you of all people should know you have your own butler back home.
However, the investigation must continue, so I'll read this bit.
Yeah, well, Jova, maybe... whatever. The craftsmanship of it is simply remarkable. It reminds me of my sweet Viola when she was alive. The craftsmanship.
What do you suppose it refers to?
I wonder.
Pennywise.
I don't want to know.
Yes.
Jim Carrey? In a dress?
Flora doesn't like the thing at all. I've seen her run away from it on multiple occasions.
And then the next page is like, today I went to bed thinking about how... Oh wait, no, sorry, don't read that bit. Don't read that bit.
Recently, she spends more time playing by dear Viola's grave than anywhere else.
In hindsight, making the girl Skynet played by Helena Bonham Carter may not have been the best idea for a birthday gift.
I'm sad to say that I doubt Flora will ever take to it. I can't blame her, as I've changed
Wait,
its...
are you trying to reference Terminator?
As I've changed its personality. Its personality. I felt terrible forcing that change on Flora, but I just couldn't bear to see it like that anymore. It's interesting because for reasons.
Oh, go on.
What's interesting for reasons that I cannot say because spoilers. This kind of reminds me a bit of the origin story of Astro Boy, but I'll explain why when we get to it. Viola, there can never be another you. You were my first, my one, and my only.
Okay, well, I think
Changed its
since you mentioned
personality.
Astro Boy, I think I already know exactly where the direction this game is heading. Wink, wink.
I'm not entirely sure what it means, but this must be some vital information.
I collapsed some days ago and have been bedridden ever since. I feel as if I have failed Flora as a father.
Maybe.
I can only hope that when I am gone, the people of the village look after Flora and care for her as I did.
Oh boy! Awkward. He must have fallen terribly ill.
Well, he's dead. Of course he felt terribly ill.
It seems I am not long for this world, and the time has come for me to say goodbye to my little Flora. Okay. I've left everything in Bruno's care now, Flora. I pray for you find happiness in this life. Bruno. Who the hell is Bruno?
Bruno Tape.
No, not. Fortunately not. So who the hell is this Bruno? Well, I guess that's another lead we have. I've disclosed the location of the secret place in a note that I've left with an old friend. An old friend, huh? Maybe this Bruno could be the old friend? Okay then. Come on, Pedro, press. Thank you. It is my most fervent hope that the seeker of the golden apple finds it and grants my dearest wish. So, okay, so it really, so the Baron really does indeed want someone to find his inheritance. Okay.
Professor!
What? I'm sorry, Baron Reinhold's old friend. What is hand? We must seek out this person, Luke. Don't read the next page, whatever you do.
No.
Professor, how can we possibly find that person with nothing but this diary to go on? Luke, you've known the professor this long. You should know.
It's like I always say, Luke.
A good investigation starts on the street.
Any good investigation starts on the street.
Again, Sherlock Holmes reference. So.
Yeah.
Yes, it's just like I always steal from Sherlock Holmes. I mean, what I always say.
No, Jova.
What?
No, Jova, I got it, Jova. Since the last page of the diary is blank, clearly he intended to write more, so we know that he was murdered. See? My logic is totally flawless and totally makes sense. Don't you see?
Genius, Pedro. Henry Camping's got nothing on you.
God damn, that game sucks.
What game are you on about?
Apollo Justice.
Ah, okay.
Oh, anyway, Deds, to explain what I was talking about earlier, essentially it turns out that Skynet was Helena Bonham Carter all along.
Who? What?
Terminator
It makes sense
Salvation.
in context.
Mr. Layton, you have some skills solving puzzles, yes? I have a puzzle here that even I was momentarily troubled by.
Yeah.
Let's see how you fare against it.
I'm sure this isn't getting into the way of your I'm sure it's not getting into the way of your so important investigation, detective.
A man made a rather unusual stipulation in his will regarding which of his 3 sons would inherit his estate. To the one who can work out the area of this triangular section of my estate, I bestowed the entire inheritance. Basically, if you want my money, prove that you're good at maths. Now, maybe the guy was very passionate about maths, and no, my money will only go to someone who shares my passion.
Maybe it's a typical case where the inheritors are a bunch of dicks, and the deceased person knew about it, so we put this just to either troll them or making sure none of them gets it. I don't know.
So now the man has passed away and his sons are at a loss. Finding the area of his perfectly square estate is that easy, but no one can find the area of the triangle. Can you find the answer? So let's think about this. Okay, so each side of the square is 20 meters. We also know that the bottom side of the triangle is 10 meters, apparently. Let's check a hint. Let's review the method for finding the area of a right-angled triangle. You simply multiply the lengths of the 2 sides that make the right triangle and divide by 2. You can use this method to solve the puzzle. So, are you guys good at geometry? The only lengths...
I'm sorry, I had to look up the Terminator thing. I got distracted. What?
Well, that you didn't need to.
You were really that shocked by it?
They never made a Terminator film since the second one.
Anyway.
If only. The only lengths you know for the square-shaped estate are 10 meters and 20 meters. Oh, sorry.
But yeah, think about it.
Is that of all the ones that were made after 2, the best one's the 3rd one?
Which arguably treated Sarah Connor a lot better than Terminator Dark Fate did, but that is neither.
Okay, Marcos.
No, trust me, Dej. We all agreed that
he wouldn't.
So yeah,
he let me know.
So there you go. That's right, it's 150 square meters. There are several different ways to find the answer, but here's an interesting one. By drawing 2 lines on the diagram as shown in figure 1, you can see that A and B are the same. By moving it from A to B as shown in figure 2, you can make 2 right-angled triangles. The rest is easy.
Congratulations, if you solve this puzzle, you're a nerd.
Hey, you'll be a rich nerd. 'Cause you
I'm
can-
already
Yeah, like-
rich.
So what you're saying, so what you're saying, Dwebs, man, I'm such a geometry nerd.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Impressive, Mr. Layton. It seems the rumors touting your skill weren't totally unfounded. But don't go getting any ideas. Do the smart thing and leave the detective work to me, even though I'm wasting my time giving you puzzles.
I know, right? Like,
In the meantime, you can occupy yourself by searching for the golden apple.
Wait, I got a minute. You said leave the detective work to you, but you're telling me to be a detective to search for the golden apple. Make up your bloody mind, man.
It's
I want you to be a detective specifically for the golden apple, not the murderer.
Anyway, everybody, in the next part, we try to find out who this Bruno is.
Again, it's Bruno Mattei. We have to search for stuff like
Greasy.
we have to actually ask
Greasy.
Red Brown for clues.
And I look into recasting Inspector Chelmey.
Well, Dwebs, you should know what the group is called. Bam.
Big ass motherfuckers.
I'm not kidding. That's an actual line from the movie. The name of the group, the badass Predator ripoff group, is BAM, aka Big Ass Motherfuckers.
Wait. That's in the new Predator movie, right?
No. It's a B schlock Italian ripoff of Predator, the original. Basically, and
So it's like epic movie and all that stuff.
it's basically an Italian director trying to sound witty in English, but you can tell he doesn't know English very well. So,
So what you're saying is it's a Ubisoft product.
Yeah.
see ya.
Yeah.